What fire springs forth? What bile does bubble? The black moon swings in the sky, stirs trouble. By Valentine's, we kill the light. Through the shadows, madness beckons. We're at night.
One, two, three.
Evelyn,
Yes, Merrywinds?
I feel something.
What is it?
My keys. I thought I had a knife in my pocket that I had forgotten about for a moment.
Well, that must have been a relief.
It was.
Merrywinds,
Yes, Evelyn?
do you think this world, this hideous, terrifying, beautiful world full of potential, promise, and pain can ever truly achieve peace?
It seems human to chase pain.
But must it always? Must it always be a bargain for shame, blame, discomfort, and rage?
It seems so.
Well, it's a bad deal.
Shall we continue skipping merrily in our despair?
Quite appropriate. Yes, let's. La 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 la. Inner nibbles.
What's up, everybody? Hey, it's Patrick Galactic. I hope you enjoyed Inner Nibbles. It took me way too long to do. It took me a very long time, but it was worth it, I think. So I hope you guys are doing all right, because honestly, it's been a shit week. Let's just be honest. It's been bad. Like, it's really, really kind of crazy right now. You know what I mean? It's just, it seems like no matter where you turn, no matter what avenue you pursue for escape, there is controversy. There is something that is going to be in that place eventually that will make it a not so fun place to turn to. I don't know why that is, but it seems to be happening pretty regularly for me. We are going to wrestle with the issues, but the issue is the issues. The issues is so vast. The issues themselves are so vast that the issues existing in the first place is the issue for me now. I'm running out of capacity to understand, to even process everything that's going on, and it's all bad. So, I've struggled with that, and I had to tune out for a few days because my mental health was not so great. It wasn't terrible, but I've really kind of held up well through this whole thing, and this was kind of the week where I finally started to feel like the wheels were falling off. And what's great is I have amazing friends. I have an amazing community. T Boston needs tissues for all of the issues, and so do I. Okay. But what we have is each other, guys. And it's so crucial that we connect and that we stay in touch with our friends, with our loved ones, with the people who are close to us, because it's very grounding. And being able to write the show actually was very grounding for me. It really settled me down. It kind of helped me find a flow. All right. And as I tackled the issues that present themselves every show, right? The technical issues or the, hey, we're going to do a cool new thing, but it's going to be a ton of work issues or whatever. As I conquered those issues, the rest of the issues in my life start to seem conquerable. So this has been my escape through COVID, through the Black Lives Matter protests. This show has been where I have connected with you through the insane lack of leadership that we're observing in our government right now, and the insane police brutality that we've witnessed on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. It's just a lot. You got fucking the orange fucking idiot going to Tulsa today to give an indoor fucking speech. And thank God, it looks like a ton of people didn't actually show up to this thing. And even his followers had the common sense to maybe realize that that was a bad idea. But you have the leader of this country kind of encouraging people to do things that don't make any sense. Okay, the guy's like, at this point, he's pretty much, I don't know. It's just, he is not functional. And I don't mean as a president. That's been true the whole time. As a human being, like this is not an ageist thing. I just think he's not even speaking in sentences anymore. And today he was talking about how we need to slow down the testing for COVID so that the numbers aren't so great. I mean, is he forgetting that he's talking to the public, or is he like, is this just what he thinks he needs to say? I don't know, but it's really, really, really fucking crazy. So anyway, I wish that I could sit here and project all the strength in the world, but the truth is, it's a tough time, guys. It's very weird. So, sorry to bring everybody down to start the show, but that's what's going on. Some really good news, though, is that my daughter graduated from high school, and it's I'm sorry, I was reading the chat for a sec. My daughter graduated from high school the other day, guys, and that is super cool news. I'm super proud of her. It's been, she's such a smart kid, and the fact that she graduated with honors, got good grades, actually tried, is so different than me. So I think most times parents just want their kids to be better than them and different than them. And so I'm really glad that she was different than me in that way. Sometimes I wish she was more like me, and sometimes I wish she was exactly like me. And then when she says something that I know I would say, it freaks me out and I hate it. So being a parent is like being on psychedelics for about the first 4 years or so. But once you get your head around that, it's pretty great. So like I said, putting the show together was a huge help. And the reason why is because it forced me. I've had a very hectic week. I think I said in the last episode, a family member of mine has chronic pain. I've kind of been over in that situation a lot this week. And so that's just added to, the stress of everything else that's going on. And so, having that to be able to, my daughter's graduation and these other cool things going on and spending time with your art really was the thing that made me realize how lucky I am. And no matter how hard things get, they'll be okay. And I found some more quotes that I thought were cool that we could run with here. Some more stuff from Alan Watts. There is never anything but the present. And if one cannot live there, one cannot live anywhere. Things are as they are. Looking out into the universe at night, we make no comparisons between right and wrong stars, nor between well and badly arranged constellations. You don't look out there for God, something in the sky. You look in you. I think all of those quotes are incredibly powerful, and I'm going to let them run for another minute. Once again, it's so... I think you have to find the strength from within yourself right now, especially. It's if you believe in the lethal qualities of COVID-19, you probably are avoiding most human contact when you can. And when you can't, it's weird because we've all been isolated for a long time. So I'm having to look to myself. And when I take a minute to do some real reflection, this is the kind of stuff that makes me kind of appreciate the moment I'm in. It makes me realize that I'm up to the task of whatever the moment is. And it makes me realize that I can get through this. And so I wanted to share that with you. And if that's any help to you, I really hope so. So with that said, real quick, I want to look, you may have seen this in the last episode, but this week we have a special GIF artist, guest GIF artist, and their name is Cyclone. They're a programmer, and they have quite a presence on Giphy, and just really something that is really to my taste. As you know, I tend to enjoy psychedelic things, so this is right up my alley. And this is really, I think, have you ever had that moment where you've looked out and you're just kind of seeing like particles flying through the air, and it's nighttime or it's daytime and it almost looks like it's raining? I remember this because when I was a little kid, I thought I could see rain on a day where it wasn't raining or whatever. And I had this thought that it was raining down reality. Now, I'm like 8 or 9, right? But this GIF really took me back to that memory. This is another one I really like, but it's not as not as lovely, but a little more terrifying, but I like it. A little Lynchian, but taking surrealism to a darker place. I like that. And then this is one that I just think is cool because they're playing with light, really. And I love variety in art. I love when an artist is capable of a lot of different things. This is another one I really liked. I just love the media. I love the the kind of implication, there's kind of a human thing going on there. It could be gory, or it could be beautiful, or it could be both. And then I just like shit like this. As you can tell, this is the Weird at Night. It's just Pollard. But yes. So check out Cyclone on Giphy. That's where I found them. Cyclone has a website as well. But to be honest, I went there and it wasn't... I didn't find a ton. So I'm going to throw a link in the chat. And you all can peep it out. So that was our GIF artist of the week. That was Cyclone. So with that said, we're going to move on to Ash Maddie's burning question every week, which is what albums made the list this week. And as I said in the chat, we went for variety. I always do. But these are albums that have, I think, some are more escapist and some are, I'll show you. The first album is Return of the Frog Queen by Jeremy Enigk. Jeremy Enigk was the lead singer or the front guy for Sunny Day Real Estate, and quite well known in the Seattle music scene, hugely, but also well known nationally, internationally, etc. This album came out in the late 90s, I believe, and it was a complete departure from Sunny Day, but it's also brilliantly composed. It's Enoch uses his voice in the most mesmerizing ways. I'm jealous of it. I wish I wrote this record. When you listen to it, and I hope you do, because I'm going to throw a link to it in the chat, this record really served as a template for me in how I wanted to approach my music as a solo artist, and deeply influenced me, kind of in what my aspirations were for my music. So if you like what I do, definitely check out Return of the Frog Queen by Jeremy Enoch, because I think you'll see where some of those ideas came from. And you know what? I don't have any fucking problem with that at all, because that is what art is about. We all catalog the things that we hear, we ingest, we regurgitate. That's art. Anybody who has a stick up their ass about anybody who's not totally original, nobody's totally original. I mean, it's just such an absurd idea. To me, in music, honestly, what often makes the most interesting music is people who are ripping off the most shit at the same time, who aren't just going after, to sound like their favorite band. They're creating their own sound by creating a huge collage of influences, bringing them into one place and regurgitating. Not very romantic. The next album, Black Star. This is a record by Mos Def and Talib Kweli. It is a really, really great record. There is so much going on here, and these guys are two of the greatest rappers in the history of rap. Period. I know, you may not trust me as a judge of great hip hop, but I'm telling you, I judge flow. I judge poetic value. I judge because I'm a musician. And these two are absolutely fantastic. This entire record, there isn't really any bad tracks on it. You can just let it play. I've listened to this on a drive home so many times. And as I've grown in my understanding of my misunderstandings about race, this record makes a lot more sense. It makes even more sense the more I learn. And so it has this effect of kind of making me feel like shit for not knowing, because I feel ashamed that I didn't. And yet it also makes me feel relief that I do know. And I think that's very human. So give this record a chance. If you haven't heard it, I mean, this is a layup. This is a fantastic record. Please listen to it. And my last recommendation is an album by the Raincoats. It's called Autoshape. If you don't know who the Raincoats are, they're kind of in the post-punk era in the late 70s. Very obscure band, female-fronted, maybe entirely female, actually. But they made their first record was self-titled, and much like Wire, who I talked about weeks ago, they were kind of best known for that album, their first record that was the most straightforward kind of punky record. This was their follow-up to that, and it is such a departure. They all incorporated instruments that they didn't know, as I understand it, that they weren't intimately familiar with, so that they could kind of create a very unique sound. And in doing so, they pulled influence and pulled the musical skill that they had into instruments that they weren't. So it was just pure creative energy. And this record has weird violins that come in and out. It has strange percussion throughout the whole thing. But it's such an escapist Sunday morning, just wake up, put this on, and chill. Autoshape by the Raincoats. I'm telling you, give it a shot. You may not like it. I can't guarantee that can't guarantee that you will. But as you know, nobody could guarantee any of those things. Did I throw a black star in the chat yet? No, I don't believe I did. All right, I'm going to do that now. So, black star. Check out that record and then check out this record. And if you like these albums, you can check out the Weird at Night Selects playlist on Spotify. You can go to my user or my artist profile on Spotify. Just look up Patrick Galactic and you'll see my catalog and you'll see this playlist there. You can follow it there, or I'll just drop it in the chat and you can follow it there. Bam. All right. So that's the Weird at Night Select playlist. And yo, Ash Matty. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. So me and Matt talk, Ash Matty, talk about the music picks a lot. And Matt actually runs a website called Nada Mucho that contributes to this show. If you've never seen it before, they have a bit tonight, and we'll be talking more about that in just a bit. And thank you guys so much for the support on the Inner Nibbles thing, because honestly, I had no idea if any of that had any actual comedic value at all. So it was nice to have your support. I do appreciate it. But that's what we do here. That's what Weird at Night's about. We're a community. We're not a show. And we've gained some followers over the last couple episodes. But if you haven't had a chance to, I really do encourage you to share the channel with your friends, because you know who the cool people are. I want you to bring the cool people here, because then we keep the community cool. We don't waste our time with assholes, and we have a great time, and we just grow. So I need to get to 50 followers. I have 35 right now. It's not a ton. We're not raking in the followers, but if we could get to 50 by the end of next week, that would be really, really helpful. So if you would please consider sharing the channel with your friends, and just let them watch an episode. They can watch the chat replay on Twitch, or you can watch it on YouTube without the chat replay. It doesn't matter. But do please consider that. So, and many of you did. So I do appreciate that as well. Thank you all so much. So now, if you recall, I received a very disturbing weather report from my dear friend, Meredith. 2 faces, 1 mask. What the fuck is going on? I don't know. I got another thing from them today, and it's weird. Now, all right, I'm just going to play it.
Hi, Patrick. Hi, Weird at Night. It's Meredith. Oh, 6/20/2020 was that the access code? A birthday, a prime number.
Darling. 6/20/20. Without the mask. Without the shows.
Let me show you what's behind door number 3. 3.
We are nothing but stories. Be careful what you speak into motion. We are threads of tapestries. Be careful what edge you pull on. If you play in the house built by moths, be sure to leave the lights on. If you bear the thoughts of sinners, be sure to cradle them close. demon. In others, the tabula rasa, projection and phantasm. Be careful, write the ending well. The ones who are happy are just telling a fairy tale. The ones who speak magic, they know it's all just a ride. If you say you are too much, then child, you are too much. If you say you'll always be alone, sorry son, you'll die that way. What yarns are you spinning? We will hold each other till the end. The old myth of separation is the key to our undoing. We are nothing but stories. Be careful. We are threads of tapestry. Be careful. Be careful.
God damn it. All right. I was muted. I'm an idiot. All right, here we go. I swear to God, I'll do it. I will do it. What I was saying is, Meredith, it happens to be their birthday today, and I want to wish them personally a very, very happy birthday. And also mention that Meredith and I have worked together quite a bit over the last year. It's been an amazing experience, and I think we've both grown as collaborators and artists through the whole thing. And I just want to thank them for always pushing me to fully commit and always be... I'll always be indebted to them for that, because that has pushed me to take more risks and do weirder things. So huge influence on the show. So now that we've done the weather report, now that we've had a audio hang up, let's go to the sponsors of the show, because we got to pay some fucking bills, guys. Your friends at the Dark Lovers of Power remind you to never, ever allow anything to change, ever. Because reality is a conspiracy, because it's not what I've been telling myself it is my entire life without research. Don's long gone lawns. He takes acid and plays with knives on your lawn. God is in the grass, man. Use promo code 129777779999125. Something will happen. $10, payable in LSD. No talking. Keep the kids and pets inside. As I've said before, I have a job to do. I have to pay the bills here. So, Blazing Space and I have taken Don up on his services many times. I vouch for the fact that no one was injured except for Don multiple times, multiple hospital visits, several other bills later. It wasn't cheap, actually. It's way more than $10. Don, you're out. Shitty's Pizza. I mean, I think this ad speaks for itself. But there's a time-honored promo code. Why God do we suffer? Free depubing, normally $4.99. You get one. It's on the corner of 9th and Nocturnal Drive, just past the memory of your first fully charged smartphone. We got a film review from Not a Mucho. Like I said, here the fuck it is.
It's a Not a Mucho film review. Don't call it a movie. If you do, he'll be mad.
Ford v Ferrari takes the auto racing genre's checkered flag. Ford v Ferrari 2020, directed by James Mangold, starring Matt Damon, Christian Bale, John Bernthal, and Katrina Balfe. A film about cars? Yuck. Do we really need more machismo brought to us via the grease and grime of gearheads? This was my thought going into Ford v Ferrari, but knowing James Mangold was directing, I had to put my disdain for the American motorized fetish aside and watch with an open mind. The leads are great. Damon plays racing maverick turned automotive designer Carroll Shelby. The aging actor plays the role perfectly, with facial expressions and verbal bravado that belie a man who's hiding feelings of worthlessness. He can't, however, hide them from Christian Bale's Ken Miles. The character knows the obsession and pain that comes with not quite being the best. Couple these performances with an American ingenuity versus austere Italians, and you have a drama worthy of the director who brought us Logan in 2017 and the masterful biopic Walk the Line in 2005. Unlike other recent films involving vehicles such as Baby Driver, Ford v Ferrari relies on less flash and more grounded realism. It offers us an actual glimpse into what must be an exhausting event, the 24-hour Le Mans race held yearly in France. The only weak point in the film is its execution of the behind every great man is a great woman trope. Katrina Balfe's portrayal of Molly Miles seems out of place, and she delivers lines that are integral to the story in a way that is wooden and unbelievable. The film does, however, prove that subject matter is much like genre. A good film is a good film no matter what story it tells or even how it tells it, even if it's a car movie. If Walk the Line and Logan are an A, then Ford v Ferrari crosses the finish line with a robust B+.
Don't call it a movie. If you do, he'll be mad.
I waited for the air to come when all the world could breathe, hoping for the cure to heal my heart. I need it now. Still I don't believe I wanna feel something that's more than momentary. I chased the face of love, I caught the devil on the breeze. Blooded by the hell of hatred, I found graceless gods grateful and amazed. I wanna feel something that's more than monetary. In the war of no regrets, I'm hollowed out. It's brought me to my knees. Fake real, make a deal. The odds are low. Hide the scars, stack the cards. It's time to go. I waited for the air to come when all the world could breathe, hoping for the cure to heal my heart. I need it now, still I don't believe. I wanna feel something much more than ordinary. In the war of no regrets, I'm hollowed out. It's brought me to my knees. Fake real, make a deal. The odds are low. Hide the scars, stack the cards. It's time to go. Till you see the world in the white of their eyes, and as it breaks, you're only waiting for a do right. So when you have a bad day on it, you can spend the Amazon money. You can't be any more than polite. You hesitate, but you're just waiting for a do right. So give me half an hour, baby. If you're half as nice, could pay all the price. Let me come through. If you're half as nice, baby, give me half as nice, baby, baby. You set it straight till you see the world in the white of their eyes, and as it breaks, you're only waiting for a do right. So when you have a bad day on it, you can spend the Amazon money. You can't be any more than polite. You hesitate, 'cause you're just waiting for a do right. So give me half an hour, baby. If you're half as nice, could pay all the price. Let me come through. If you're half as nice, baby, give me half as nice, baby.
Hey, this is Blazing Space of Blazing Space's Birdhouse Ranch. And I just want to say, if you have an idea for Weird at Night, or a phone, or an animal, or really anything, I'm opening this up to kindergarten show and tell levels. Take over Blazing Space and Blazing Space. Do some weird shit on Weird at Night. Teach me how to properly do a cartwheel without hurting myself, because that keeps happening. I love you all. Love seeing your creative shit every week, and let's keep it going.
Thank you, Blazing Space, as always. Yes, please, if you make music videos, if you make GIF art, if you make paintings, if short films, poetry, animations, do you write? Do you do you tape cardboard to the fucking wall and scream at it? Film it, send it to me, Jesus fucking Christ! Because it's Weird at Night. All right, so we are going to switch gears here. Right. I drank a Bang soda way too close to showtime. I'm so sorry. Let's see what we can do here. Fear is gripping us. It's gripping me. It's gripped me. Okay, so we are going to move on to community creators. So, if you've ever watched this show before, you know that one of our most celebrated and rightfully so creators in this community is the one and only Matt Jenkins. Matt and I have collaborated a bunch. Matt and I have only known each other about a year and a half, maybe. But I love his work so much. He's become pretty much indispensable for to help visually represent my work in a still image. And but I love showcasing his work. And he was gracious enough to send us another update to the day and night animation that he's been working on. And it's set to a song called Ageless that was on my last EP, No Future to Fear. Came out in February. You can check that out as well. But for now, enjoy Day and Night.
I had a dream that I was dead. It felt just like bed. A pillow for my head. It's never been so clear. 45 years, more in the box, when nobody talks. I've never been so sure. I had been purified in
Oh my fucking God. See, that's the shit that really, really, really fucking just excites the shit out of me. Okay? Like when you see somebody and that it's somebody you know, and they are working on this fucking extraterrestrial plane of existence. Like it's just wow. Thank you, Matt Jenkins, for once again. If you haven't seen or you haven't followed every week, usually on Saturdays we share 15 seconds. So this clip started out as 15 seconds long, and Matt has sent me 15 more seconds every week. So we watch it grow and grow and grow. So the beginning, we've seen, and then we've seen the context of the beginning change as time's gone on. And it's just unbelievable. I mean, and I just feel humbled and honored that I get to work with people like him. I'm sorry, I don't mean to embarrass you, Matt, by talking so much, but it's, dude, oh my God. I don't know whether to hug you or try to break you so that you can't continue to make me feel like I'm so far beneath you creatively. I mean it all in love. Okay. So that was Matt Jenkins, and I really hope you enjoyed that because we are moving on to
Patrick, over here. Hey everybody. Hi, Weird at Night. I wanted to say happy Juneteenth. I know it's the day after now, and even the day after that, now that we're having Weird at Night, but it's just always a good reminder that we need to continue fighting to actually abolish slavery, since that still hasn't really happened. And I think we all understand that, but we can talk in the chat if anybody's confused. Anyway, I wanted to show you how serious I am about my hot tub game when we do these Weird at Night segments. I mean, look at this fucking liquor cabinet of chemicals I bring down to the tub with me. I just wanted to let you know in the COVID times, mixed space is being safe. And I say mix because I use they, them pronouns. So not Mr., not Miss, mix. And I actually like that a lot. I was doing visuals one night, and not to get all into my own gender reveal or whatever, but I'm not a man. I'm not the man behind the curtain. I'm the them behind the curtain. So anyway, let's get on with the show. Hey, now we're in here. So today we are blazing on some Girl Scout cookies tincture. I drank the rest of the bottle this morning. And we also have a little Truly blueberry hard cider. I know a lot of the Weird at Night community is sober. I feel like it's my job to bring the other side of things. So anyway, Pat has often asked me about using my little Blazing Space catchphrase, attack with love, and I'm always like, yeah, of course. It's not even mine. Jeff Tweedy wrote it. I just adopted it, and it's sort of become a life philosophy for me. And so I thought it might be apt to kind of explain that on Blazing Space. And that's attack with love. Okay. So to me, attack with love means actively, I don't like the word aggressively, but let's say alertly, presently, looking for opportunities to take a compassionate action on purpose, to add compassion to a situation all the time, no matter what. I strongly believe that any action you're about to take, if you give yourself a moment to consider how you can do it more compassionately, there's a way. And so I'm very into attack with love. Every action can be a compassionate action. And I think any amount of compassion or self-reflection or compassion to yourself, you're giving more love out into the world. And that's something that we uniquely can create without destroying anything. We've brought more love into the world. And so just by loving ourselves more and loving other people more and taking a more compassionate action in each action, we're changing the vibration. And maybe it'll save the world. But speaking of that, I wanted to read you some poetry. So specifically, since we just talked about attack with love, I thought it would make sense to read you the original piece of poetry that those three words came from, at least for me. And this is from Adult Head, which is a book of poetry by Jeff Tweedy, who's the lead singer of Wilco. I attack with love, folded my wings, crawl up to you, and your afternoon, I've been puking. You move so slow, a steady crushing hand over my body, a company in my back. Hide your soft skin, your sorrow in sunshine, listening to my eyes, they are full of bloodful tunes. You learn to slow, old fleshy beauty. I curve my flight under your bent knee. I will always die, so you can remember me. And that is called Pure Bug Beauty. And so I encourage everyone to attack with love. I didn't want to only be a Wilco nerd in this episode, so I also brought with me from Federico Garcia Lorca. I got this as a birthday or maybe a Valentine's gift from one of my former partners, who's just brilliant. But funny story. So after me and that person had broken up, I was doing a show or something, and I met someone, and I had this book with me, and I was reading it, and she gave me her number. And I don't want to reveal it, but show you that it's there. And so I realized that where she wrote her number down and gave it to me is actually on this page of a poem called The Crucifixion. So without even trying to pick what poem from Lorca I'm going to read you, we're going to go with this. And then we'll call it a morning here on Blazing Space with Blazing Space. Love you, weirdos. Crucifixion. And of course he wrote this in Spanish, but I'm going to read it in English. The moon could rest in the end along the pure white curve of the horses. A violent beam of light that escaped from a wound projected the instant of a dead child's circumcision on the sky. Blood flowed down the mountain and angels looked for it, but the chalices became wind and finally filled the shoes. Crippled dogs puffed on their pipes, and the odor of hot leather grayed the round lips of those who vomited on street corners. And the long southern howls arrived with the arid light. It was the moon's burning the horse's phallus with its candles. A tailor who specialized in purple had locked up 3 saintly women and was showing them a skull through the window glass. In the burrow, 3 boys circled a white camel that wept because at dawn there was no other way except through the needle's eye. Oh cross, oh nails, oh thorn driven to the bone until the planets rust to pieces. Since no one turned to look, the sky could undress. Then the great voice was heard, and the Pharisees said, "That wicked cow has teats full of milk." The multitude locked their doors. And rain flowed down the streets, determined to drench their hearts, while the evening clouded over with heartbeats and woodcutters, and the darkened city agonized under the carpenter's hammer. That wicked cow
has teats full of birdshot, and the blue Pharisees. But blood drenched their feet, and unclean spirits splattered drops of blistered ponds on the temple walls. Someone knew the precise moment that our lives would be saved, because the moon washed the burns of the horses with water, and not the living girl they silenced in the sand. Then the chills went out singing their songs, and frogs ignited fires on the river's double shore. That wicked cow, wicked, 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 won't let us sleep, said the Pharisees, and they withdrew to their houses through the riotous street, pushing drunks aside and spitting sacrificial salt while the blood followed them like a bleeding lamb. That's how it was, and the awakened earth cast off trembling rivers of moths. And he wrote that in New York, October 18th, 1929. One of our most talented and persecuted immigrants, Lorca. Anyway, love y'all. Peace.
Thank you, Blazes in Space. Hell yeah. We haven't had a lot of poetry on the... as much as I love that, we shouldn't watch it again. Thank you, Blazes in Space. It is so nice to have somebody reading poetry on the show. If that's something you'd like to do, you're absolutely welcome to. Send us a poem that you like. If you want to read it yourself, if you want Blazes in Space to read it, if you want me to read it, whatever. If you want to share some poetry, share it. God damn it. But we are really, really kind of bumping up against some time. So we might go just a little bit long if you want to stick around. But I really, you know what? I'm just going to cut one thing. We'll save it for Wednesday. The beginning of a new week. And I'm just going to play us out. So I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you all because when I started the show tonight, you know, I'd been through quite a lot this week, and I was really feeling just frazzled, just kind of out of sorts. So I want to thank you all for giving me the chance to express myself in that way, and for your support. And I want to thank everybody who contributed a segment. Meredith, happy birthday again. Blaze in Space, I love you. Thank you for all you do for the show. And the rest of the crew, you guys are truly amazing. And I'm just going to try to figure out something to play, I guess. Every step of the way, I drown in you. I hate myself to know it, but I couldn't see it through every step of the way. I drown in you. I felt so damn uncertain, but I never knew what I could do. La da da la da la da da yeah. You could face up to the fact that you were wasting your time with me. Don't you wanna be protected, love? At the look, are you feeling slip away? Yeah. Oh my love, I feel it, I feel it. I wanted to feel it so long. But when I look into your eyes, I see nothing beyond them anymore. every step of the way. I drown in you.
Whatever it takes, I will stay here with you. Take it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.